Human trafficking thrives in the shadows, preying on the vulnerable and often hidden in plain sight. In Virginia, combating this crime is a top priority, and Governor Glenn Youngkin credits strong federal support as essential. At a 2025 conference, Youngkin highlighted the Trump administration's approach, which empowered state law enforcement with vital tools and cooperation. He stressed that fighting traffickers requires a coordinated national strategy, similar to efforts against transnational gangs. Criminal networks cross state lines with ease, making collaboration between state police, the FBI, and Homeland Security crucial. Youngkin described a pivotal White House meeting where federal officials responded quickly to his concerns, sparking a new level of cooperation. This partnership allowed Virginia to leverage federal resources to disrupt foreign gang operations rooted in the state. The Trump administration, he said, recognized the complexity of trafficking, its ties to illegal immigration, drug smuggling, and economic desperation. Their strategy targeted not just individuals, but the leadership, finances, and communications of entire organizations. Intelligence sharing and collaboration became the foundation of this united front. For Youngkin, this was not just law enforcement, it was national security. The fight was waged from Virginia's streets to the international networks fueling the trade. The Virginia federal partnership produced real results, not just plans. Youngkin cited the MS-13 investigation, which began with cell phone data from jailed members. This digital trail exposed the gang's structure and trafficking operations across the region. State and local police's initial findings were amplified by the FBI and Homeland Security's advanced tools. At the FBI's Northern Virginia headquarters, agencies built a detailed map of the gang's hierarchy, finances, and victim movement. No single agency could have achieved this alone. Each brought unique strengths: local knowledge, state reach, federal intelligence. By pooling resources, the task force exposed the full anatomy of a criminal enterprise. Trust and shared space were key. Federal, state, and local officers worked side by side at the FBI field office in Manassas. This broke down barriers and enabled real-time information sharing. An FBI analyst could consult a state trooper instantly, accelerating investigations. The result? Faster, more effective action against traffickers. Collaboration turned fragmented efforts into a powerful, unified response. The integrated task force delivered measurable results. Attorney General Jason Miyares announced 342 targeted arrests, weakening gang operations and disrupting trafficking routes. Many arrested had illegal immigration status or gang affiliations, confirming the deep ties between trafficking and organized crime. The focus was on dismantling command structures, not just making arrests. The task force uncovered harrowing cases like migrants forced to work in a Williamsburg laundry under horrific conditions. These operations rescued victims and sent a clear message to traffickers. Special attention was given to protecting children, tracking missing youth at risk of exploitation. Every gang member arrested and trafficking route shut down represented a life potentially saved. These were not just numbers, they were real victories in the fight to protect the vulnerable. Virginia officials contrast the Trump administration's swift cooperation with what they see as inaction from the Biden administration. Attorney General Miyares says requests for a new task force targeting gangs like MS-13 and Tren de Aragua have gone unanswered. The lack of federal support, he argues, has left Virginia more vulnerable to resurgent criminal networks. Under Trump, requests were approved within 30 days, with dedicated interagency space provided. Now, officials feel momentum has stalled, creating gaps in the fight against multi-jurisdictional crime. For Youngkin and Miyares, this is about public safety, not politics. They argue that robust federal partnership is essential to address the interconnected threats of trafficking, gangs, and illegal immigration. Without it, they warn, criminal networks are regaining ground. The fight against human trafficking is ongoing and ever-changing. Traffickers adapt quickly, exploiting new technologies and vulnerabilities. Law enforcement must remain vigilant and united, with sustained multi-agency cooperation. West Virginia's Attorney General highlights foster children as especially at risk, calling for better data systems to flag danger early. The Trafficking Victims Protection Act provides a legal foundation, but complex cases require federal resources and global reach. Virginia's leaders urge continued partnership, pointing to past successes as proof of what's possible. New threats like emerging gangs and the exploitation of foster youth demand unity at every level of government. The message is clear: complacency is not an option. The fight must continue.